Welcome back to day 3, almost at the end of Create, Engage, Capture. After today, you're gonna have a deep understanding of the fundamentals and what you need to do to start creating a profitable blog. So you've created the content, you know how to do that, you know how to engage with people in your niche, and now you wanna capture people who come and visit your site. You see it in certain restaurants, cafes, supermarkets. When you're paying, when you're leaving, they're like, here's a coupon for you to come back next time. Here's one of those stamp cards, you know, if you stamp all 6 squares, you get something for free. What that does, it starts creating new habits in people. It creates return customers. Habits are extremely powerful, and like Bruce Willis, they die hard. Anyway, let's get on with it. How do you capture customers coming to your blog? Now, you might hate pop-ups and pop-up email capture boxes when you visit a site, and we all have a certain disdain for them. But if you look at the big data, there is actually no denying their effectiveness. They do work. They are a great tool to capture visitors going to your blog. And actually, if I get a pop-up when I'm visiting a site that I enjoy from someone that I like to watch or listen to, I actually don't mind it. So that's really down to you on the impression you create. Are you providing a lot of value to people where they're looking for more value by being in your mail list? Or are you just always trying to sell people? The good thing about pop-ups and email capture forms is they come in a wide variety, and you should test them all out. Now, I use a combination of GetResponse and Thrive leads, and you can see what that looks like. If you just look on selfmadenewbie.com, there's forms on the front page, there's an email pop-up on the About Me section. So you can go ahead and copy the Thrive leads GetResponse combo if you want, or you can just go ahead and go with GetResponse. They themselves have cool looking landing pages and forms. So what we're gonna do today is, again over the shoulder, create a basic funnel for collecting emails. And we're gonna break that down into simple steps. Number 1 is create the email list, the name. Number 2 is create the form. Number 3 is to use enticing, engaging copy that will trigger an emotional response. And number 4 is create an automation that fulfills on a promise and, again, as always, gives value. So here we are inside the GetResponse dashboard, and we're going to go through the steps. So number 1 was make a contact list. So I have a contact list here called Self-Made Newbie, and you just create list and create one. If you need to add contacts, you can add contacts, you can import contacts, okay. Fairly self-explanatory. Now, the next thing we do is we want to create a form. Now, as you can see, they've got a ton of templates and also add-ons in the list builder apps. There are also add-ons, my favorite being the exit off add-on, which is just when someone clicks off your site, a pop-up will be triggered saying, you know, before you go, how about this? You know, so it's great for discounts and things like that. So let's click on this template, just pretty much at random. And moving on to step 2 and step 3, so creating the form and also having a look at the language that we're using. Just quickly while it's loading up, I have a pop-up on my About page. So when I go down here, I have an invite to my Facebook group, which I send you automatically through GetResponse. So I click on that and there's the pop-up there. Okay, get invited to a group that cares about your success. So when I started using the template which made this form, the language was a bit different. It said something like, subscribe to my newsletter for monthly updates. And people see that and they go, I don't care about your newsletter, you know, whatever. So it doesn't trigger an emotional response when you read it. Also down here, I've got get access so that's kind of ugly. Get access, they had subscribe. Subscribe has this kind of feeling to it, like I'm locking myself into some long-term deal. You know, what did people used to subscribe to? Like magazines. Get access, get invited. It's more like, oh, you know, maybe it takes you back to when you're a kid and you wanted to be invited to parties or into the treehouse or whatever. And this word, get access, it has more of an unlock feel. You know, like unlock this door, see what's behind it. Now it's subtle things and you might think they don't matter, but a little difference makes all the difference. So you do what you can to get the conversions that you can. And one of those things is writing good copy. I'm gonna drop some PDFs underneath this video that you can download, which is basically just the notes from the last 3 days. So I'll leave something in there that you can look at to do with copy, because that's just a whole course on its own. One of the reasons I sign up to Thrive Themes, as I said, is they have Thrive University, and I was watching a course on Thrive University the other day, which was like 8 lessons on copywriting and just some really cool stuff, some cool tricks. They really explain it well. So while you can do landing pages and pop-ups with GetResponse, Thrive Themes does have that university package, and it gives you like all the tools you need. But of course you need GetResponse to do your email management. And if you're on a budget, I would just go with GetResponse. So we've got our form here, and I like the language on this one, except let's do it. It's cool, it's colloquial. I'm gonna leave that in there. But I'm gonna say get invited and join and get free training this week only. And get training this week, free training this week only. So this week only adds a bit of scarcity. Get invited and get free training. People love free, and we've got colloquial. Let's do it. Now, once you've done that, you go up here to this cog to settings, and that will bring up the kind of form that you want. So do you want it to be a double opt-in where people confirm, you send an email and then they confirm it? So that makes sure the people who are on your mail list really want to be on it. Or do you just want to rack up email addresses, you know, in a really simple way? You can turn that off. It's up to you. Okay, we'll save that. It also showed where these fields are being added to, which was the self-made newbie mailing list. So when someone clicks let's do it, that's where they're getting added to. The next thing we want to do is define the behavior of this form. So if I click on the main background here and I go to layout, we have the type embedded. So that's going to be in the page itself. So when you're scrolling through your content, it will just be there. Do you want to subscribe? Or you can put it on your front page or wherever. There's also one where you scroll over and one where you pop over. We're going to go pop over, meaning that when the page loads, it will pop up, and I'll show you how that works. So we go save and publish. So those 2 steps of creating the form and using enticing, emotional triggering language, really quick. We go to copy. Yes, we're going to copy the text. And I'm just going to put it in my About Me section, just for the sake of the example. So I go edit page. And it's really as simple as just pasting it in. So I'm gonna put it in here, you know. If I go to add, I'll add some custom HTML and paste that in there as HTML. So you'll see it there, but let's say if we save this page and we go view page, there it is. and you can see it pops up over the text. And really straightforward. When I enter that in, let's just do it for a test. My name is Bob. Bobby, blah, blah, at gmail.com. Sorry, Bobby, blah, blah, at gmail.com if you're watching this. It's just off the top of my head. Turns into a tick and it closes. Now you can also trigger what happens when people sign up. You can take them to a thank you page where you could even have like something on there that you're offering. You could have Google Ads on there too, because you know when everybody signs up, they're guaranteed to go to that page and see Google Ads, which could help your Google ad revenue if you're putting Google Ads on your site. So let's go back to our contacts. Here we go. Bobby has been added to Self-Made Newbie. He'll be in that list. Now the next thing you want to think about is an automation. So you've put something on that form, right? Like get free training. So you need to follow up on that. Okay, that's step 4. So maybe this should have been your first step. Create a PDF or something that you're offering in exchange for somebody signing up to you. People are not going to generally sign up for the promise of a newsletter in 2019. That just doesn't cut it anymore. But people do like free stuff, and you have to create that thing. Okay, so I've shown you the basics of creating a list and creating a form, and the form sending the contact to that list. That is the bare bone basics. But if you're gonna draw people in to want to sign up, you have to give them something. Okay, so you have to create something for free, and then you start looking into this, which is your workflow and what happens automatically when someone signs up. So there are many templates as well for workflows you can do. You know, there's tons. There's like abandoned cart, and you know, if you preview that, this is what it looks like. You know, when someone abandons cart, we're gonna build from scratch and just do like a hypothetical situation, like a one-size-fits-all. So there's an awesome tutorial when you start using this for the first time that I would recommend following. You know, it's really quick, and it will tell you what do you want to be the trigger. So I'm going to say subscribes, and you can turn on interactive tutorial, and it will start telling you what to click and showing you how to use these different features. But we're going to start off with, okay, someone subscribes to any list using any method, maybe our email. We're going to say any method, and then what happens? Maybe the first thing I will do is send a message, right? Like I'll say, thank you for signing up, and I'll create that email message in GetResponse. You can choose it here, and that's like a basic thing you can do. You know, that's a basic workflow. What else I can do is if I send a message, I can say message opened. Okay, if it's opened, I can maybe tag them, add a tag to that contact, which is something you add to that contact that says, okay, this person is someone who opened my first email, this person is someone who didn't open it. Okay, so it segregates your list so you can deal with those people differently. So assign a tag, and then maybe if they didn't open it, I can assign a tag, and then I can maybe wait for 3 days, and then maybe I have another email that I can send these people. Yeah, send them a message. If they did, I assign them a tag, and then I send them a message with the thing I promised them. Okay, you can add like a bunch of things like message opened, if link clicked within the message, whether they clicked your link, whether they didn't, and then what happens, you tag them. If they're already tagged, then what do you do? And you can just make this as complex as you want, and this is gonna be you can essentially turn this into an automatic money maker. Yeah, if you give away a course, maybe your course has links in it, so you're gonna see your email automation, this thing just working for you. This is your funnel. So people are like going into your email list and they're just going through your funnel, like message received, yes, send them this with this, and then wait 5 days, and then put them on a 3-day course and do day 1, wait a day, day 2, day 3. This person didn't sign up, ask them if they want to do a free course. If they said yes, bang on the free course. If they said no, throw them in the bin, you know, or send them a coupon. Really get stuck into having to play around with this in GetResponse. And so essentially that's really it. We went through the stages, create an email list, create a form, use enticing language, learn a little bit about copy. Remember that Thrive University has that option where you can learn about that. Then create an automation that fulfills on a promise and gives values. That was what we just did. And I would recommend going through the tutorial and GetResponse and getting familiar with that automation and the different elements you can use. Really in depth. There's nothing else out there for that price. There just isn't. ClickFunnels is, you know, $200 a month or something like that. So that's really it for the free training. I'm gonna leave some links below this video, which is really just a summary of notes that you can go back on. These videos have been sent to your email, no doubt, so if you ever want to come back to these videos, you know, feel free, as well as my starter blog from scratch. Remember, you should be doing that first before you follow this course. I want to say well done, and it's really good of you to spend this last 3 days going through this training and really taking action on your life and doing something that is actually going to benefit you. Going forward from here, I would say check out the notes, figure out what you're going to use to build your blog. If you have any questions, join the group. Feel free for sure to hit me up and ask any questions. I'll definitely be there. And I'm sure other people in the group will be there too. Let's create a cool community of people helping each other get what we want. You know, that freedom, that everybody's going right, we're gonna go left. We're gonna create a life for ourselves, the life that we want, and create a cool community with integrity and honesty, transparency, all that good stuff going forward. I look forward to talking to you soon. Congratulations. Keep pumping out content, keep experimenting on social media, and keep learning, and cheers for going through this course. Give yourself a pat on the back, and I'll see you hopefully in the group.